Welcome back guys to another Clash Royale video, and today I'm taking another look at a card that was buffed in the recent update, and that is the Witch. She received a 10% buff to her damage. Also, the skeletons that she spawned received a buff to their health and damage, so it's pretty interesting to see how much of a difference that makes with the Witch card, because before the update, she wasn't really a viable card. She was a really niche card and was kind of outperformed by several other cards. So I'm going to put it to the test today and see whether or not the Witch is now a viable card. So here's the deck that I'm using. It is a Royal Giant deck. Now the whole idea behind this deck is the Royal Giant has a couple really strong counters like the Barbarians, the Minion Horde, Mini P.E.K.K.A, and the Inferno Tower. So the idea with this deck is to start a push with the Royal Giant and have the Witch following behind him, and then hopefully the skeletons spawned by the Witch will run in front of the Royal Giant and distract Mini P.E.K.K.As and Inferno Towers, and also the AoE damage of the Witch will help take out Minion Hordes and Barbarians. And I also have the Valkyrie in there as well to hopefully go in front of the Royal Giant to tank Barbarians if my opponent does have Barbs. So that's the idea with this deck. Now I've been doing surprisingly well with this deck this morning. I'm currently sitting at 3,363 trophies, which interestingly enough is my new trophy record, which kind of surprised me that I was able to do so well with this deck. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at some replays here, and then I want to finish off with a live battle for y'all. So here we are guys with the first replay. Now my opponent here is a level 9 using the Hog Rider cycle deck with Princess, which is a pretty powerful strategy. So this is going to be a pretty good example of how strong this strategy can be if used properly. Now right here he drops these skeletons just to cycle towards his Princess. I'm going to go ahead and use my Valkyrie in the back of my base and try and get a slow push set up. And then I'm going to use the arrows to counter that Princess. And now right here he drops his Minion Horde to counter my Valkyrie, but I do have the Fire Spirits ready to take them all out. And then once that Valkyrie dies, he's going to go in with that Hog Rider push. Now I do have the Inferno Tower, which is a good counter to the Hog Rider, but he drops the Lightning Spell, which honestly caught me off guard, and as a result the Hog Rider will reach my tower and do some pretty decent damage to it. So his Hog Rider push dropped my tower all the way down to 1600 health, so we're about a minute or so into this battle so far, and things really aren't looking too good so far, but later on in the battle I do set up a pretty strong counter push. And now right here, I'm going to go ahead and drop down the Royal Giant to start setting up a slow push here. And once he reaches 10 Elixir, he's going to go ahead and drop down the Princess in the back of his base. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the arrows to take her out. So there goes the arrows. Now my Royal Giant is getting closer to the bridge. I'm going to go ahead and use the Valkyrie here, but unfortunately the Valkyrie is a little bit behind the Royal Giant. And right here, I make a pretty big mistake. I dropped the Witch instead of the Fire Spirits. I really should have used the Fire Spirits in that instance because the Witch takes a couple of hits to kill the Minion Horde, whereas the Fire Spirits would have killed him in like 2 hits or so. So that was kind of a mistake on my part. So now we're almost into the double elixir period. I have virtually no damage done to his tower right here. My tower is all the way down to 1600 health, so like I said, things really aren't looking too good so far, but right here, I dropped my Inferno Tower, hopefully out of range of the Lightning Spell, so he can't reach both my tower and the Inferno Tower. And then right there, the Musketeer took out the Princess with the Goblins as well to help protect her. Then the Minion Horde goes down, but once again I have the Fire Spirits to counter the Minion Horde. And right here guys, the Hog Rider goes in, he does miss my Inferno Tower with that Lightning Spell, and as a result my towers will kill that Hog Rider before he does any damage to my tower. And then right here we have a pretty strong counter push going on with that Royal Giant and the Witch behind him. So down goes the arrows, taking out that Princess, and the Valkyrie this time does walk in front of that Royal Giant. And watch this guys, he drops the Minion Horde, the Fire Spirits go down, taking out the Minion Horde, and take a look at all of this damage we have going on right now. The Skeletons, the Royal Giant, and the Musketeer taking out that tower in a couple of seconds. So the Royal Giant here going onto that King Tower, dropping another Witch to help protect him, and with 5 seconds left, I'm pretty sure we will get the victory. So there we go guys, let's go ahead to the next replay here. So here we are guys, with the next replay. Now I've been playing around with the Witch for a fair bit this morning, and to answer the question of whether or not the buff helped make her a viable card, I honestly gotta say that in my opinion, she still feels like a very niche card in this game. She does get outperformed in most situations by the Wizard or the Baby Dragon for example, but she does perform very well in some situations, and honestly, having some niche cards in this game isn't a bad thing. Now right here, we're going to start doing a slow push with the Valkyrie in the back there. He's going to go ahead and use a fireball to damage my tower, but honestly that wasn't really the best use of Elixir, because as you can see, the Valkyrie still has a decent chunk of health left. And watch this push right here, guys. The Valkyrie is tanking all that damage, allowing these skeletons to do a decent amount of damage to that tower, bringing it all the way down to 1500 health right here. But watch this counter push with that Lava Hound, guys. The Lava Hound did get a buff in the recent update to its damage, and take a look at how much damage these lava pups do to my tower. This kind of caught me off guard. I don't play too many people that have the Lava Hound in their deck, so I was really surprised to see how much damage those lava pups did to my tower, bringing it all the way down to 1300 health. So now that I know he has the Lava Hound in his deck and how much damage the Lava Hound does, I'm going to be a little bit more prepared next time. But right here, I've got a Royal Giant marching up. I'm going to go ahead and use the Valkyrie to support him in front there. And watch this push right here, guys. Royal Giant, Valkyrie, Witch combo going up here. Witch takes care of that minion horde pretty quickly here, and as a result, the Royal Giant does a decent amount of damage to the tower, bringing it all the way down to 460 health, guys. And now once again, he's coming back at me with the Lava Hound. This time I do have the Inferno Tower ready, and then I also have the Musketeer ready to take care of all those lava pups that spawn out once the Lava Hound dies. So now we're going into the double elixir period here, guys. The Musketeer is making her way up to the bridge. I'm going to go ahead and support her with a Royal Giant right here. And watch this counter push, guys. Royal Giant is going up with the Goblins as well as the Musketeer. He will kill that tower, giving me a 1 crown lead so far. And that Musketeer is still alive, guys. Take a look at how much value I got out of that one Musketeer. Keep in mind that that Musketeer was played on defense against a Lava Hound, and she is still alive, doing damage. And right here, these skeletons come out from that Witch, protecting that Musketeer even longer. And take a look at this, guys. Witch Musketeer combo going in, doing some work to that tower, bringing it all the way down to 400 health. Musketeer gets a couple more shots off, bringing it down to 55 health. And then there goes the Royal Giant, giving me the 3 crown victory. Let's go ahead and try and finish the live battle here, guys. So here we go, guys. Now hopefully we get a decent opponent. Nope, we get a level 10. I've been facing a ton of level 10s with high level cards. Maybe it's because I'm pushing close to 3,400 trophies. But let's see if he makes the first move. What is he going to do here? He uses a miner. We're going to go ahead and use the Valkyrie back here. Unfortunately, we didn't predict the location very well. But we're going to go ahead and use this Inferno Tower to counter that Royal Giant, and then drop the arrows to kill that princess. And hopefully, there we go, the Royal Giant does die. Now, I won't support that Valkyrie with any troops, because I want to play a little bit conservatively with my elixir here, and I don't want to get caught off guard with 0 elixir. But I'm going to go ahead here with the Fire Spirits to kill those minions. And overall, I think things are going okay. I don't know if he has an elixir advantage at this point or not. So we're going to wait till we get to 10 elixir and see if he makes a play. He drops the Ice Wizard. We're going to go ahead and do the surround technique with the Goblins. And then use the Valkyrie here. Unfortunately, we did get the Valkyrie down in time to tank all of that minor damage. So far, I'm waiting for him to drop another Royal Giant. I'm going to go ahead and use the Royal Giant on this side and start setting up a slow push. And I'm going to go ahead and use the arrows here to kill that princess. And then I'm just going to wait for my elixir to build up for this Inferno Tower to hopefully tank that Royal Giant. There we go. But unfortunately, I don't have enough elixir left to defend, or to protect my Royal Giant, sorry. But maybe he doesn't need protection. We'll see what he does here. I'll have my Fire Spirits ready, but the Fire Spirits, of course, won't kill the Ice Wizard. The Ice Wizard is extremely powerful for only 3 elixir, guys. He does an insane amount of damage over time, considering he also slows the target. And right here, the Musketeer will kill all of those. And then the Valkyrie will go in here. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have used that Valkyrie there, because he's probably going to go in right here with the miner. Let's see if he drops a miner here. I don't have an answer for the miner if he does drop it. Going to go ahead and use the Royal Giant right here. And that way he'll have to answer it. And hopefully he won't have any elixir left to support his Royal G. And then right there, using the Inferno Tower to counter his Royal Giant. And then we're going to use the Witch here to counter those Goblins. And then maybe we can use the Musketeer to support her. Down goes the Ice Wizard. Come on, spawn some more skeletons. Arrows go down here. Gonna go ahead and use my goblins here just to cycle towards my Inferno Tower. And then, which will die. But the goblins do go out. I'm gonna go ahead and use these fire spirits to take out those minions. Which maybe I should have saved that elixir. So there we go. Gonna go ahead and use the Royal Giant here. Use the Valkyrie right here. Now he drops his cannon in a very interesting position because my Royal Giant will be able to outrange his cannon. Gonna go ahead and use some fire spirits here to kill those minions. And then my goblins should kill that ice wizard pretty well. How about a second Royal Giant? Is that gonna work, or is that too risky? With a musketeer for support, Arrow's gonna go down and kill this princess. Hopefully I can get some of those minions in there. Boom. There we go. He drops the zap spell. Come on, Royal G's, do some work for me. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Boom, boom, boom. I probably won't take out that tower, but we did do some damage. A decent amount of damage, actually. Come on, musketeer. Go, 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 go. Come on, just get one hit off. One hit. There we go. Arrows go down here. If I can go to another set of arrows, maybe I won't be able to kill it. I don't know. We'll see here. Goblins, fire spirits. Whew. We won't be able to cycle through here. Really close though. If he was actually a level 9, we would have won that battle, which was pretty cool. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.